Scarface. Porque está bien pendejo el Tony, güey, la neta.
Manny, look at it. Pelican fly. Come on, Pelican.
Me asustó, güey, con la vida.
He's doing like white Carlton dances. There's like.
There are a lot of gold diggers out there right now.
He loves saying cockroaches.
Sí, cockroaches.
Los cacarrochis.
Me, Tony?
No.
Me.
No way. This is my tub pillow. I don't give a
You need bad guys like me, so you can pull your fingers.
Say hello to my little friend.
Welcome to the list. This is a show we pluck a name out of an all-time movie watch list, watch it and review it for your viewing pleasure. The movie we're scratching off the list today is the 1983 all-time greatest gangster movie of all the times, Scarface.
Yeah.
In 1980 Miami, a determined Cuban immigrant takes over a drug cartel and succumbs to greed. This is one of the big ones I've never seen before.
Yeah, this is one of the big ones. These are big names, yeah.
This is one of the big ones. And I mean, I've caught scenes here and there, but it's a damn near 30-hour movie. I've never sat down from beginning to end. And I must say, now that I have, this is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's Scarface, man. Like it's an iconic character. It's an iconic movie with iconic lines. It's fantastic.
Talk a movie, he says Scarface, everybody go, oh yeah, Scarface, you know.
Easier for nobodies, which most of us are,
To relate
to Tony Montana, because he literally is a criminal from a different country, and he shows up and he becomes the biggest kingpin in cinema history.
Juggler, yeah. Rap songs with iconic themes of the movie, you know, it still holds up.
Before I continue, I need to do a little setting, douche.
What are you doing?
I'm shutting off the bleeper right here. Wait, I didn't. Fuck, no. Wait. Fuck. There we go. Fuck. I have to shut it off because I'm not bleeping myself for every fuck in this movie. There are 226 fucks said in this movie, douche.
Yeah.
That's a lot. But before we get into it, please do me a favor. Head on down in the comments. Let me know all your memories, all your thoughts on Scarface. And if you end up liking this, make sure to subscribe as well. Let's get into it, douche.
Right on.
Fidel Castro opens up harbor to have Cubans visit relatives in the US, but he actually forces boat owners to take criminals on board. And here's where our main guy, Tony Montana, comes from. We get quickly introduced while he's in an interrogation, and he gets asked if he likes men or if he dresses like a woman, because these are very important questions for some reason. Was the country that homophobic that they were not going to let him in if he was like gay or something? I guess. I don't know.
I guess.
What I found surprising is that he's already Tony Montana. He's already giving them lip. He's already giving them attitude. He's already doing, you know, the fuck yous and the what the fuck are you talking? He's already himself.
Like he already has a plan, you know, like I want to make it.
He's always this brash. He's always this Contreras, you know?
Simon.
He's always just like,
Me vale verga.
Sí, güey. He's already me vale verga from the beginning. I thought we were going to see him evolved into that, really? But no, he's already like, don't fuck with me and I fuck with you and fuck you, and very defiant, right? From the very beginning. What do you thought about Al Pacino's accent, douche?
I believe him. I believe he was Cuban.
A lot of people believed he was Cuban back in the day. He definitely passes for a 1983 movie. Of course, if Pacino is the actor who was casted, you already know, if you're a fan of the show, who else was considered for Scarface, douche?
Robert De Niro.
Of course, Robert De Niro was also considered for the Scarface role.
I don't see it, man.
No, De Niro doesn't look Cuban. Pacino could pass as Cuban. He had a little tan going on.
Yeah, the haircut. He's kind of short, you know, the way he walks and the whole thing.
He was brilliant. He was fantastic. Yeah. So in the movie, he gets shipped off and we move forward a month later. Here we meet his compilla, who I just ended up calling him Cuban Ace Ventura, Manny. He's played by Stephen Bauer. For Manny, John Travolta was considered douche.
Probably just the hairdo, but I don't see him.
Do you see him as a Cuban guy?
No, I don't see him. The casting was great.
Cuban Ace gets an offer to clip a former Castro guy who actually comes into camp while a riot is going on, and Tony sticks him. So after they pass the mission, he unlocks a green card provided by a rich guy who wanted the hit be done as revenge for his younger brother. And part of his reward, he gets a job to work at a little sandwich cart to sell Cuban tortas, most likely.
Yeah, washing dishes.
Which is sit across the street from a nightclub. So the life he wants to live, he's looking at it every time he goes to work. You don't have to wait long because rich guys contact get him some weed job. But Tony's like, no, I'm going to get $500 for this. And because of his moxie and because of his huevos, porque tanto le vale verga mi compa, he actually gets bumped up to coke and went from making $500 to $5K. But Manny can only look at the culo because he's like, look at them titties, man.
Mira esa jeva, man. Look at those tits, man. She's begging for it.
What?
Man.
You're fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I was looking at them titties.
It's good. He's a womanizer.
Tony says that he actually hates Colombians and that's who the deal is with. And he goes to the deal, and after some back and forth of where's the money, where's the stuff, where's the money, where's the stuff, they find out that it's actually set up. His compilla gets tied up to the bathroom and gets sliced the fuck up.
Yeah, right in his face, man.
Tony is still Tony. He doesn't flinch. He's still just like watching it like, que mal pedo, but like he never breaks. Even when his compa is being sliced like chorizo right in front of him.
Loyal and being tough, man. Like, I have balls. Cojones. The lady was kind of ugly, right?
La Martha?
Me asustó, güey.
Yeah, then she pops up with a giant fusca. That's scary
yeah,
too.
Güey. Yeah. Fuck.
So this whole bathroom chainsaw scene,
that was really tense. Yeah.
it was really one of the main reasons why the movie kept getting X rating.
Okay.
And director Brian De Palma was like, he didn't want to cut anything out. He ended up cutting the movie a bunch of times and he kept getting X rating. The studio had to step in and appeal. And when they actually appealed it, he was like, all right, cool. But Brian De Palma went back and put everything in anyway. What we saw is what he wanted to see. And that's what was getting the X rating. He was trying to be sneaky. He's like, yeah, they told me not to put that in, but I don't care. So he like tricked them into getting the R rating while still putting what was making it an X-rated movie. Manolo out there looking at some culo. He finally figures out it's been so long enough and he goes to check on Tony.
Yeah, 15 minutes, he said.
And like I said, he's defiant till the end. He's like, fuck it, man. I ain't telling you shit, my mariconi la verga, whatever the fuck he says, right?
Yeah.
And Marta was just chilling there with her giant fusca on the bed and she gets lit the fuck up. And homie with the chainsaw runs away. And he tells Chichi to get the yayo.
Chichi, get the yayo.
Yeah.
Tony catches up to him and shoots him in the fucking face in the middle of the street.
Great scene, man.
He takes the money and the yayo to the big boss's house because he wants to deliver it himself because he feels he was set up. Just by talking to the boss, he impresses him. And then all of a sudden, Michelle Pfeiffer comes down, who's the big boss's girlfriend.
Mija.
Even before Catwoman?
Yeah, I didn't saw her.
Yeah, but for a lot of people, like the OG Michelle Pfeiffer is Catwoman.
No, she's right here, man. Yeah. She looks cute as hell, man.
The original choice for Elvira was actually Glenn Close.
Come on. Shit.
That was De Palma's choice. But Pacino insisted on Pfeiffer, but De Palma was like very against it because at this point, Pfeiffer was only known as the girl from Grease 2.
Okay, yeah.
So she eventually impressed in the auditions and De Palma gave her the part. So back at the beautiful house, the grandpa boss tells him 2 lessons. Number 1, don't underestimate the other guy's greed. And 2, don't get high on your own supply.
Yeah.
Definitely foreshadowing. And he also gets Tony a job. Fast forward to the club, Pfeiffer wants to dance with her grandpa boyfriend, but the grandpa boyfriend don't want to do it, so he tells Tony to go do it.
Grandpa boyfriend. He's Frankie Frank.
Grandpa Frank. So Tony obliges because he's got the hots for Pfeiffer. And here you can tell Pacino is not Cuban because he has 0 rhythm. He can't dance for shit.
Nothing, yeah.
He's doing like white Carlton dances. We're like, you're supposed to be Cuban, mate.
He's so happy not dancing with a lady.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He just wants to be next to the Pfeiffer. And again, this goes to the level of his balls, man. He don't give a fuck. He's chatting up the boss's girlfriend, damn near in front of the boss. Way. This is the moxie and the cojones that basically is the roots to his success. ¿Por qué le vale verga al vato, güey?
What they have that I don't have, what he says in the sandwich truck.
Because he's got the confidence. All he doesn't have is the money and the success. So he tries to chat up Pfeiffer. She's a no-go. And still, after she roasts him.
Yeah, he roasts him.
Even if I were blind, desperate, starved and begging for it on a desert island, you'd be the last thing I'd ever fuck.
He still tells Manolo.
She like me.
The confidence I'm talking about, man, that's wild. He also tells Manolo he wants what's coming to him.
Me, I want what's coming to me.
Oh, well, what's coming to you, Tony?
The world, Chico. And everything in it.
Fast forward 3 months. Cuban Ace is now teaching us how to pick up mijas.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of gross, but cool at the same time, you know what I mean? And of course, that doesn't work and he gets smacked in the face. And this is where one of the best lines of the movie and the real advice comes.
You gotta make the money first. Then when you get the money, you get the power. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
That's one that sticks to you.
Mm-hmm.
But that's still like how the world
Holds up.
operates. Yeah.
There are a lot of gold diggers out there right now.
Watch out. PSA.
Yeah, how you better click and subscribe to this channel.
Because first I want the money, then I want the power, and then I want
the power. Yeah.
Pfeiffer kind of a hoe, right?
Yeah, but she left Frankie for.
Because she was like, nah, fuck you. I don't want nothing to do with you.
Yeah, because he was in. I'm a political refugee from Cuba.
She calls him an animal and all this other shit.
Yeah.
So he goes to pick up Pfeiffer, and she don't want to ride in the car, so he just straight up goes and buys a different car. But she still has to ride away in that car. They do a little some in the car, and he starts to make a move, which is again bold. He don't give a fuck. And then you remember when he puts the hat on?
Yeah.
That wasn't scripted. Pacino just came up with that. Yeah, he just did it. Even Pfeiffer like breaks, right? She starts laughing.
She make her laugh. Yeah.
And that's like one of the only times you see her laugh, because I was like, Pfeiffer ain't worth it, man. Like, she's all her attitude the whole movie. Like, why do you want to? She calls everything boring. It's like, really, Tony? This is. I guess I understand she's a mija. I understand she's fine, but her fucking attitude, man. I was agreeing with Tony sometimes. It's kind of like,
yeah,
you're not worth all this shit.
She only had that life, you know. For Tony, no, but for her, she only had the money with Frank.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? The only difference is Frank was older and doing his shit.
Yeah, grandpa boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. So Tony came from the bottom.
Now we're here. Then he sets out to find his mama now that he has a little bit of success. He also finds his grown sister Gina, who's now 19 years old. But his mama knows he not a good guy. His mama knows he a bad guy. He tries to retire his mama and sister, but the mama don't want the money. I'll take the money, man.
Yeah, me too.
Shit.
I made it, mama.
She's like, nah, get your dirty money out of here, man.
God, I want to see you, Antonio.
Until she needs him later, but that's different. Cuban Ace Ventura gets to hoss for his sister right there and is told to stay away. One time. Don't fuck around, man. He explodes.
In the second that he says after her, he explodes, man. Yeah. You stay away from the sister.
He would have those bursts of anger and rage throughout the whole movie, right? Yeah. Which is also a little subtlety by doing something not so subtle that he's not emotionally intelligent, right? You can piss him off very easily. And then later when he becomes basically a junkie, you can't even look at him fucked up, because then he'll go, off even more, which is a definite reasons why it leads to his downfall. But now we go to Colombia to meet a distributor who has good old Salamanca from Breaking Bad as his enforcer.
He always old, man. No matter how back you go to see movies, yeah. Salamanca turns up. He's old, man.
He's old. This is 83. He's old. We saw him in Ace Ventura in 90-something. He's still old.
Damn.
And he starts taking over the negotiation. I like when he's telling homeboy Omar, fuck you, no, fuck you, no, fuck you, no, fuck you.
We're gonna do this one deal, that's it.
Okay, fuck you. How's that?
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
This is another little thing that I don't know if you caught, douche, because it happens while he's not talking. So Omar and Sosa are in between their negotiation, and they bring a little bowl out for them, right? This goes to show how uneducated he is, because it's a little bowl with lemon that you use to wash your hands, but he's eating the lemon.
No, I didn't catch it.
You have to be paying attention to Tony. He's eating the lemon, and then while their conversation is over, dips his hand in the pot, but he already ate the lemon, and he's just like, oh shit, like he's learning while that's happening. He's like, oh shit, that was actually to wash my hands. But he doesn't make a big deal about it. He's just like faking it till he makes it. You know, he thought it was like a lemon water soup or something, but it was actually to wash your hands. And I just love that it just happens right in front of your face, but in the background.
Well, he's learning from the high society, you know.
Right, because he's never been there before, so he don't know all these other normal stuff. And it's revealed that Omar was actually an enforcer, and he's tossed out of the helicopter. It's pretty fucked up, man. But Tony isn't fazed because he's a gangster. And he tells Sosa that all he has are his balls and his word, and he won't break them for nobody. And Sosa tells him to never try to fuck with him. Back in the States, he's talking to Frank about the deal, and Frank is concerned about the other dealers, and he felt like Tony overstepped as well. But when Frank is talking about the other dealers, he's like, what about the other dealers? Tony explodes once again.
What is he gonna do when you start moving 2,000 keys on
Fuck
the street?
Gaspar Gomez and fuck the fucking Diaz brothers. Fuck them all. I buried those cockroaches.
He loves saying cockroaches.
Sí, cockroaches.
Los cockroaches. Tony wants to expand, and Frank flips it on Sosa, saying that Sosa's a snake, and flips it back on Tony. But he reminds Tony who the boss is.
You done, boss?
Tony, still con sus cojones y huevos, still don't give a fuck and goes to see Pfeiffer. And straight up tells her he wants to marry her. Again, los huevos de este cabrón.
Simon.
And to his credit, she doesn't say no. She's like, what about Frank?
Yeah, she didn't deny it.
She didn't deny it. He was like, I'll take care of Frank.
Yeah.
Then he goes out and he finds his younger sister, Gina, dancing, spending the dough he gave her by secret. But before he can do anything about it, a milk-drinking detective shows up and proposes Tony for him to be on the payroll to keep him hush-hush and help him out with shit and protection. Then he rebels against Frank, hitting on Pfeiffer right in front of him like, le valió verga al vato. Machine.
Ah, yeah.
Right in front of him. He's like, hey, what about get your own girl? Tony is all like, whoa, what are you talking about?
Nobody gave me orders.
Yeah, because he figures that Frank sent the detective to Tony, and he starts to suspect some trickery on Frank's part there.
Mm-hmm.
Then he sees Red yet once again because he sees the guy getting handsy with his sister.
Oh, yeah. He's so fucking jealous of his sister, man.
You think it's jealous or you think it's overprotection?
He's jealous.
You think he wants a sister?
Yeah.
Oh, so you believe the sister at the end of the movie?
Yeah.
Neta? No.
See, with some psychotic shit. Well,
I thought he was being overprotective.
he was obsessed with her. Doesn't let her have any
Any fun.
boyfriends, any friends or anything. So why?
Because he's still...
Why do you want? Fuck me, Tony. Fuck me.
No way. It's because he said it in the house too. He was like, the last time I saw you, you were this big. So he still sees her as a little girl. He doesn't see her as a grown-ass woman.
No.
So I think it's overprotection, because even when she was all like, fuck me, Tony, or whatever, he wasn't ever like, okay, I'm down. He was more like, what the fuck are you talking about, right?
Yeah.
If he was down, he would have been like, all right, or he would have, done some fucking Game of Thrones shit. But instead, he's looking at her like, are you fucking crazy, bitch? What are you doing? He just follows his goofy ass sister to the bathroom with this guy, beats the shit out of the guy, and then smacks the shit out of her.
Mm-hmm.
Manolo's like, no, what are you doing, Tony?
What are you doing? Tony, what's the matter with you?
What's the matter with you? Manolo takes her home, and Tony stays back to watch the Law and Order comedian talk his shit. Remember that guy, Richard Belzer?
Simon.
From Law and Order SVU. Rest in peace. But there are actually two dudes with guns gunning for Tony while he's all fucked up in the corner.
All fucked up, man. Damn,
Machine, he's in a different planet. And it's funny how he wakes up real quick with the sounds of gunshot. Every time he's all fucked up, there's gunshots, he wakes the fuck up.
Yeah.
And he takes them out by the knees, and some lights fall on some fools, and they die.
And he suspects of?
Fucking grandpa boyfriend Frank. And he starts to divide a counterattack, and he tells his compa to call Frank and tell him that he got away. He doesn't say, what the hell are you talking about? He just accepts it This leads to Tony calling him a cockroach a couple times.
Cockroach.
Frank offers him $10 million for his life and starts to beg for his life. And this is another little subtlety. Frank is not even a big deal for Tony because he tells Manolo to take care of it. He's just like, you do it, right?
Yeah.
And he does. Shoots him in the head. Tony takes over.
Yeah, he said every dog has his day.
Kills the cop too, so then he don't have to pay him nothing. And he gives the bodyguard a job.
Oh yeah, he was freaking out.
He was freaking out. Oh, you want a job? He's like, yeah, sure. Then he wakes up Pfeiffer telling him, I killed him for you. He's all proud. Ta-da! Then he sees the world is your tagline on a blimp and a feria montage begins.
Push it to the limit.
I knew it. He opens businesses. He marries Pfeiffer. He gets a fucking tiger, man.
Tiger. Yeah, he's affiliated for tigers. I don't know why.
Because tigers just take what they want, I guess.
Probably, yeah.
But he gets a black and gold office.
That's chair, man. It's iconic.
Oh, that's beautiful. But then the head bank guy tells him that he can't hold his money anymore. It's too much money. We also see in the montage that he starts to become a coke fiend, and he finds a truck that's been outside for 3 days. And this is where his paranoia starts to set in. It starts to grow, and it's already growing from what it was already. Because he told Frank, Frank looks at his gun. He's like, what do you got that for? He's like, I don't know. Paranoia, Yeah. And this is, I think, what leads to his inevitable downfall. All the paranoia that he has. He don't trust nobody never. Because this is where he has the pillow in the tub. That's some levels of I don't give a fuck way that I never thought of. Why wouldn't I put a pillow in a tub? Me a la verga, I just buy another pillow. This is my tub pillow. I don't give a fuck. That's wild. I never thought of having a pillow in a tub. But I guess I never had a tub next to a TV neither.
In jacuzzi.
In the jacuzzi, yeah. Just take your pillow away. Fuck it, eh? This scene shows more of Tony's ignorance. Porque está bien pendejo el Tony, güey, la neta.
Manny, look at this pelican flying. Come on, pelican.
Yeah.
Look at all the pelicans, man. They're fucking flamingos, Tony.
Yeah.
But he's losing his fucking mind, man. He starts talking shit. And he's like, I was only kidding.
Oh, get it.
Then he yells at Manolo about trust.
Who put this thing together? Me. That's who. Who do I trust? Me.
And this proves in the next scene where he doesn't even trust the counting machine. The machine tells him how his money guy. He's like, no, I counted this much. And he starts arguing with the guy. Accountant was an undercover cop and he gets busted. And he tells him that I got the best lawyer in town. I'm a walk. Well,
yeah.
As good as the lawyer is, he could walk, but they could get him for tax evasion. So now he's got a problem. So now he goes to Sosa because Sosa could potentially fix his problem. But Sosa has a different problem. There's a guy going around bringing heat on Sosa. So Sosa wants Tony to bring Salamanca to the U.S. to take care of the guy. So then Sosa hands him a new main mission of the story. Then we're at the restaurant and he's like, he's got everything he's ever wanted. He got the money, he got the power, he got the woman.
Yeah.
But he's still miserable. His wife is a junkie. He's a junkie. He wants a kid. It's never enough. And he's like, look, I got everything and look at me. What the fuck?
Is that it? It's a kind of same suit right there in the restaurant,
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
You need bad guys like me so you can point your fucking fingers.
Great monologue to the crowd. Say goodnight to the bad guy.
So say goodnight to the bad guy.
Great scene. Great delivery. Good job. Scarface. We're in New York and Salamanca is planting the explosive in the guy's car, but his wife and kids hop into the car. And now Tony's getting second thoughts. He don't want to kill no women and children, man. Salamanca don't give a fuck. He don't care. But Tony's all coked up and he's telling Salamanca, no. Salamanca's like, I don't give a fuck. Don't stay too far. They're arguing back and forth. Tony snaps and shoots Salamanca in the fucking head, homie.
I don't do women and children. Fuck!
Then he gets home and does a mountain of coke because he has to deal with Sosa now.
Yeah.
Because Sosa wants to know what the fuck happened. Because they found the explosive and now they're going to come down on Sosa and his partners.
Even more.
Because they figured out what the hell happened. So now, Tony still tells Sosa to go fuck himself. And there's an all-out war with Sosa. On top of that, Gina is gone. Manny is gone. They can't find him. What's going on with there?
¿Dónde está, chico?
He goes with his mama. Mama freaking out, and he sets out to find Mija. He tracks her down, and what do you know? Manny there too, in his robe. She comes out like, happy, happy, happy. He sees red and shoots Manny. He's so dissociated by this point. Gina's losing her fucking mind. He don't know what plan he's in either. He gets back home. They're coming for him and he's still sitting there, right? And he does another mountain of cocaine.
Yeah.
Even his bodyguards are like worried about him. Like, what the fuck's going on? And then it takes him a while in movie time for it to hit him to figure out what he actually did. He's all like, Manny, like, fuck, right? While he's dealing with all this regret, he starts to get raided by Sosa's goons. Gina comes in the room with some incest bullshit talk that we've already mentioned.
Fuck me, Tony.
With half of her titties popping out.
I mean, Gina's fine.
Gina fine, yeah, Gina's cute as hell, yeah. But the guy hanging outside the window didn't think so because he sprayed her titties with bullets. She gets lit the fuck up. Now Tony's out of his fucking mind. He shoots the guy, throws him off the balcony. Then he sees that a bunch of guys are coming for him and puts in the ultimate weapon video game code and gets ready for the final Vice City mission of the movie. That's leading to the most iconic gunfight in cinema history. To add to the legend, Steven Spielberg actually directed a little scene in that fight.
Really?
He was behind the camera for one little scene, yes. He was there on set and he was like, let me see this shit. And he took the reins of the camera and shot a little bit. But of course, that leads to the most iconic line.
Say hello to my little friend.
Across pop culture, across life, across the world. That's the most iconic one. It has to be. But I like that he's not a superhero, right? He's human. He gets shot a lot, but he endures more than most because he's all coked up, man.
Yeah, he doesn't feel shit.
No.
That will happen when you're coked up as fuck, man. You don't feel shit. You get adrenaline pump up 1,000%. You know, when he got shot, he said, "You fucking with me? You fucking with the best."
I told him about that. You fuck with me. You fucking with the best.
He still keeps shooting, and
yeah,
still
he don't
receiving
give a
bullets
shit.
and shit. Yeah.
Until it leads to his downfall. It's kind of sad that you don't really get to see him outside of that montage, maybe just a little bit, enjoying anything. His drive, his cunning ways, all that really kept him going. Once he became what he wanted to be, paranoia set in. It wasn't like, yeah, I made it. You know, it's like he wanted more. And because he had more, the paranoia set in and the mistrust. And that is what ultimately killed him because he knew what he wanted and he didn't want to betray his word. And it was ultimately like, I'm not going to kill women and children, right?
I mean, if you coked up, sometimes you don't think so straight, but his issues, his insecurity, and I'm fuck the world,
Yeah.
His beliefs, he don't give a shit what the outcome,
Like the coke enhanced what he already believed. Like fuck, like it doesn't matter how coked up he wasn't gonna kill no women and children. He don't give a shit.
Because he told Popeye for him, he wants some kids, he like kids. Yeah.
Brian De Palma did an awesome job with this movie. I didn't know it's an Oliver Stone screenplay, douche. And he actually wrote it with a lot of real life stuff that he was going through. He was going through his own addiction, and that really comes across like someone who's struggling bad, right? Tony's never like, yeah, I have a drug problem, I'm going to stop. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse until the movie ends. There's no redeeming quality of it. There's no like, wait a minute, maybe I should go to rehab. No, it's like,
no,
I'm just going to go and go and go and go and go.
See, I mean, he's balls deep in the industry, in the mob shit.
And he's breaking most of the rules, right? They told him, don't fuck me over. He fucked them over. He said, don't get high your own supply. He broke that rule.
Yeah.
Those rules he didn't make himself. So in his mind, is like, I can do whatever I want. I didn't make those rules, right? My rules are no women and children, be loyal to the end, right? And he felt he was loyal until he felt they weren't loyal to him. Did you know that this is actually a remake, douche?
I heard of it, yeah, later on. Not the first time I see it, but yeah.
There's a movie from 1932 that's based on the 1929 novel based on the real Scarface, Al Capone. But in that movie, it's kind of the same story with the same thing with the sister, but it takes place in Chicago. So
okay.
When Stone was approached to do the movie script, he didn't want to because he didn't felt like that movie needed to be remade. It was actually Pacino who saw the OG and thought it was a great idea to remake it.
Okay.
But it was pitched to Stone to change the setting into Miami in the 80s. Then he was into it.
Yeah, okay.
And it does fit. It fits, like the fast
Perfectly,
life
yeah.
of Miami. All that fits.
Mhm.
What's funny is that officials in Miami didn't let them film in Miami because they felt like they were painting a bad image about Miami. So most of the movie, even though it looks like Miami, is actually filmed in LA.
He still holds up to today.
Yeah.
Every time I see in TV, I leave it on. I mean, I don't think anyone can play this character again.
No, please, Hollywood, don't be greedy. Learn from the movie. Don't be greedy, and leave it alone.
I mean, even though you didn't watch it before, you still heard bits and bats about the movie. You know,
it's that legendary that even if you've never seen it, you've heard of it before, and you've probably said in your lifetime, "Say hello to my little friend," without even knowing who and what and all that.
Yeah, the world is yours.
Yeah,
the score, the soundtrack, everything, man.
It's definitely one of the greatest movies of all time. I'm glad I seen it. It's fantastic. But of course, let me know your thoughts down in the comments down below. Have you seen the original? Should you think we should do that for the list? Any and all thoughts on Scarface? Let us know down below. My camera just died, so you can only hear me. Thanks for watching. Remember to always inform.
Really?
You do you, yeah. Chicho que te yayo.
Yeah, good yayo, Chicho. Good yayo.